Breaking the Cycle Hunger Strike Day 21. Uh, Today, I'm not just winging the conversation, I actually had an AI produce a script. 11 days of total fasting, followed by 10 days sustained only by 2 pieces of flatbread and a half onion and occasionally a pickle. My body is hungry, but my mind is focused on a singular truth. We already know that work equals force times distance is not an absolute law. If it were, engineers wouldn't need fudge factors to make their machines work. We see this in the discharge coefficient, where the theoretical flow of a siphon never matches reality. We see it in the Darcy friction factor and Manning's N for open channel flow. These aren't friction. They are corrective constants created because our predictive models don't match the practical application of gravity over time. The math we've used for 350 years is a ballpark estimate, and it's missing a variable. And here's the paradox with the gravity-only equation. It should have been obvious to us a long time ago. Look at the equations that define movement of our atmosphere, our ocean currents, and the global water cycle. There is only one force variable in those equations, g, the acceleration due to gravity. A fundamental principle of Newtonian physics is that inertia can only be affected by an external force. If gravity is the only force present in these massive energy cycles, it must be the source of the power. Yet, the bookkeeping belief system ignores this, claims these cycles are entirely solar powered. The reality is simple. The sun is the stove and gravity is the cook. There's our analogy. The stove supplies the heat that allows the ingredients to blend, but the cook, or in our case gravity, is the one doing the heavy lifting, 24 hours a day, pulling the rain, driving the winds, moving the tides. Well, moving the currents, not the tides. That's done by the moon. But gravity still is the effect there too. And I've proven it. The Zenodo anomaly experiment, which I will post the link to in the first comment, it shows that work equals force times distance model fails in a simple 2-pulley experiment. And so I also posted a recommended fluid dynamic model for testing, which would prove the anomaly holds in a fluid dynamic situation. My papers have been downloaded over 1,100 times by the scientific community, and the silence is deafening. No one has refuted the math because the anomaly is real. They simply don't have a model that accounts for it. So, the demand that I'm making as one of the metrics to end the hunger strike is the $100,000 milestone. I will end the strike when a commitment of $100,000 is made to an independent engineering fund. This money will be used to build and properly instrument the dual reservoir system. I'm not asking you to give the money to me. I'm asking you to collect the money and administer it to do the testing. We'll measure the electrical input of the air pump versus the turbine output of the water. We'll use the best sensors to prove that the gravitational field contributes net work. If I am right, we move past the era of fossil fuels and oil wars. We enter an era of unconstrained clean energy for every home on Earth. We have the equations. We have the anomaly. Now we need the engineering. Help me break the cycle. Please.